This is the collective consciousness energy reading for February 11th through 17th and 18th. Okay, everybody, we're really here. We're really in it, and we're really being shown so much information. And this card is the beautiful side of the now for us as a collective. So let's take a closer look. Hi all, I'm Stephanie. I'm an intuitive energy reader, and every week I show up here to pull one tarot card and give a collective energy reading that really highlights and harnesses the energy that we're moving through right now as a collective. I then talk about how as individuals we can really drop into this energy and utilize it for more awareness and ease during these times. Before I move on with the card I pulled, the Nine of Water, I want to tell everybody that I have been strongly called to start my meditation group up again. I will create a short post about it at the end of this week, but I just wanted to announce it here that I'll be hosting it live on YouTube every week. So this is for anybody that wants to take 20 to 30 minutes out of their day or out of their week to really pause, go within, get quiet, and tune into themselves. It'll be guided, and I will be there every week. I'm committing to this. It's not easy, but I'm sure you're feeling overwhelmed with all the media and all the stimulation. I am so overwhelmed as well, but I'm going to commit to this in order to ground myself with others in a real way and create a space for anybody else to do the same. So you're all welcome. You're all invited. It's completely free, and I'll let you know all the details at the end of this week. Okay, so here we have the Nine of Water, rainbow mirror. The connection is made. Our connection is made. Our collective connection is here. Our collective connection is like a rainbow mirror. It reflects all, and yet when you look at this card, you really can see the essence of it. The essence of our collective connection. The essence of beauty is here. Can you actually see this? So where all these points are converging in this card is right here. It's at the second chakra, or the second Kabbalistic sphere, Yesod, the sphere of the emotions, right? The emotions don't rule our spirits. The emotional energetic center, the emotional layer of us as humans, is one we cannot see, correct? We can see the physical, we can make manifest with the mental, but the emotional body is something that cannot be seen, but it absolutely can be felt, and it is absolutely the undercurrent for who we are, how we navigate life, what directions we choose, what things we follow, what beliefs we hold, the emotional layer, the emotional center for us. So the emotional body is a guide, is a messaging center, is something to listen to, and it is not always a place from which to act upon, but it definitely has its weight in the collective consciousness and in individual consciousness. And the power of our emotional intelligence is vast and meaningful. And it is and has built lives. It is and has built systems. It is and has built belief systems. It is and has built realities. And now we are faced with a lot of emotional awareness. We are all being lit up in this emotional sphere of ourselves as a collective and as individuals. And this is something that is lit up so strongly that we cannot ignore, right? Whatever you're feeling now, whatever the collective is feeling now is so strong. Whatever the feeling is for you, whatever the feeling is for the collective, it is very strong. And there's a reason it's strong. The reason is our emotional body wakes us up, helps us see, helps us pay attention. It is a director. It is a warning signal. It is also part of a map of awareness that is for all of us to really pay attention to. And how do we do this? Why is this so? And what is this emotional layer? Well, the emotional layer, first and foremost, is not the end. It's kind of like the alarm clock that wakes us up, right? The alarm clock goes off and brings you into another awareness, but you don't walk around all day with the alarm clock going off in your head or the alarm clock on your phone continually going off. The alarm clock is a signal that you need to get up. You need to feed your family, you need to go to work, you need to get dressed, take a shower, etc. Whatever you do when you wake up. Same with the emotional body. The emotional sphere is awareness. It wakes us up to an awareness, and the real message in this card is that although our emotional body, our emotional sphere it absolutely affects the whole of us as a collective and the whole of us as individuals. But we don't have to stay in the emotion. The emotion itself is not the reason for the emotion. Seeing, hearing, feeling, Sensing the emotion is just an alarm. And once we can separate ourselves from the alarm and see what's in between and start to investigate, get curious, question, learn from, grow from, change from, then that is when we tap into the potential and purpose of the emotional body. So now, as a collective, we are being lit up emotionally, and it is very stunning and very obvious, correct? We are all having some sort of emotional awakening, emotional awareness. It's strong right now. And the key is not to hold on so tightly to the tether of the emotion, but rather see the emotion as a wake-up call to look at what is being highlighted outside of ourselves and inside of ourselves. So because this card looks the way it does, this is indicating that it's definitely an inside job, waking all of us up to look internally about what is being brought up inside of us when these strong emotions are happening right now. What is this bringing into awareness for us as a collective? And very, very particularly, and most importantly right now, what is this bringing up for us as individuals? A rainbow mirror means that what is going on inside of us is being reflected outside of us. And just like we looked at last week at the Brother Earth card, what is happening outside of us is also being reflected inside of us. This is another beautiful representation of this fact. So we're at the 9 of water. So water is about the emotion, but it isn't always about, like I said, the one emotion and our attachment to it. It is about the undercurrent of things, the emotional aspect of things. And what is beautiful about water and what is beautiful about our emotions is that if we get curious about them, if we surrender a little bit to them, if we dive into them, so to say, we learn to flow with them, we learn to relate with them, we learn that there can be a relationship with our emotions, that emotions aren't just things to label good, bad, yucky, positive, negative, that they just are what they are. And there's a reason they are what they are. And getting curious about that reason is the nature of water. And here we are in the 9. The 9 is at the end of a cycle of 1 through 10 in the minor arcana. We have the cycle 1 through 10 in these cards: water, earth, spirit, and the mental or intellect. And we are in the 9 here today with this card. It's waking up to the end of the cycle and saying, oh, we have a system that helps us navigate our emotional bodies, that helps us navigate our communication with ourselves and others, that helps us navigate this life in this body on this physical plane. We do. We have a beautiful system here. How do we tune into it? How do we relate with it? How can we use this to become the best version of ourselves in this lifetime, as well as how do we utilize this to build and create and tune into the depth and beauty of this world here? We are rainbow mirrors. Just listen to the words: rainbow mirror, rainbow mirror. Here we are. Look at ourselves. Here we are looking at the collective. What do you see? What do you feel? How do you feel? And investigate. This is the best time this week to drop into silence and do some writing. And the prompt for writing around our emotions would be just the basics. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling very, very angry. And dropping into, where does that anger live in your body? What shows up when you say, hey, anger, I'm going to look at you and ask some questions here. Internally, what shows up? What shows up could be a visuals, a memory, a thought, a billion memories, cellular memory. Now, this isn't just about anger. This could be about guilt, shame, extreme joy in the face of all the horrors. Whatever you're feeling is okay. The question here, the meaning of this card, is to really start to ask questions of these emotions that you're feeling that are so strong and so overpowering. This is the work this week. This is the work of a lifetime. And just starting the practice of getting curious about what shows up for you is a great practice, and a practice of awareness is a practice of awareness for the collective and a practice of awareness for individuals. So hang in there, everybody. Please reach out to me if you need support, or anybody else, a friend, a group, somebody that's going to hold space for you. And if you haven't started a grounding practice, it's pretty essential now. Like, if I don't ground for a little while, I'm feeling it and I'm getting pulled off in all the directions, and it's painful. And this experience of now is very painful. So dropping in for some time during the day just to close your eyes and take deep breaths is super, super helpful. Okay, I will see you all next week. Lots of love and deep awareness to you.